him.
Is Pez quiet for you guys as well?
Yeah, not too quiet. Not too quiet.
Not too bad.
No, a little bit.
Wait.
Just turn up my headphones.
Wait. It's because I have to set my microphone away from me.
Thank you.
No, Shan, your
Okay.
bots are definitely posted in my chat. It's perfect. All right, hello everyone.
I'm sorry.
No, don't apologize. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I don't care if you don't care. Hello everyone. Welcome. What?
Wait, does it post? Does it post the captain TV?
Yeah, it's okay.
Oh fuck! Don't share the chat because I have a lot of bots.
It's fine. I don't care. Unless you want, I can turn it off. I'll turn it off. I'll turn it off share chat.
I feel bad. Yeah.
I'll make you. Anyways. Ayo. Yo.
Heyo.
The gay
Hi.
panic has entered the chat.
Hi, stream. Welcome to Dungeons and Durgans.
Like, it has entered the chat. It done been here.
I haven't heard from. Have I heard from Ori yet today? I don't know. I just want to make sure we can hear Ori. Oh yeah, there we are. Hi, Ori.
Yeah, I'm here.
That's all I needed.
I entered the chat, dude. I was the third person here. What do you want about?
Anyways, how is everyone doing today?
I just sound so cooked. I feel really bad.
I'm sick. I'm in pain. I'm barely awake, and I can't move.
Also sick.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
I told her to go to sleep. She won't listen.
Go to sleep.
I
It's
can move my
okay.
index finger, so we're still chilling. I can tap the screen.
Okay. Well, I guess that'll work. Okay. Right. So, last we left off, our intrepid adventurers had just finished fighting through clearing out the old magic shop known as the Acolyte. Oracle, my apologies. The Acolyte's the secondary one. Whilst they were looting and collecting various items, the group were greeted by a pale woman. As she spoke with them, some of our adventurers began to feel an effect pulling at them. One of which succumbed to this effect and is hereby charmed by the woman. As she left, the group decided to push outwards, being rushed and unable to take a rest here as the undead began to bear down. As they left, making their way southward, the previous decision was to approach the Grand Exchange. However, that could change depending on whatever the team here wishes to do. But as it stands, that is the plan. What would the team like to do?
Yeah, I think we were going to investigate that other part of the city that we.
What? Did we not decide to like go back, or were we just gonna straight up strive, like push on?
We had decided to, well, so we were gonna try and rest, and then the undead happened, and the plan was to go to the exchange after resting.
But then the undead started closing in, and we were like, we need to get out of here before we get trapped.
it's basically something that we have to consider on our way to, because we have to go back to the Grand Exchange to leave anyways. It's on our way out.
Yeah.
It's basically whether we want to leave and rest, or if we want to just, or if we think we feel good enough to to explore, consider what was happening there.
You're basically forced with a decision. Do you take the time to stand guard and find some sort of rest on the chance that you don't get lucky, or do you continue to push through? It's beginning to feel like any sort of long rest is going to require you to leave the city. Perhaps you can find a building here or there for a quick, short rest, but there are chances.
Yeah.
How much would a short rest really get us, though? Like, what's...
Well, you do have... so that's going to depend on your classes, right?
Yeah.
Sorcerer points, I believe, a short rest, or are they long rest?
My actual sorcery points are short rest.
Warlocks get their spell slots.
Yeah, warlocks get spell slots. Everyone can spend hit dice from their pool to recover hit points if necessary.
Class abilities, so
yeah,
like rages or totems, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's often a very small amount of things that can be recovered at short rest. We don't have a monk, so it's not like they get key points back.
Yeah. I mean, I'm good to press on, but I'm at full health, and obviously don't have any of those as a ranger. I don't have any of those necessities, so I'll leave it up to the rest of the party if we want to do a short rest, if we feel like there's enough reasons to do that.
I am also okay because I've only expended one spell slot so far.
Then I guess we're pushing on.
Okay.
Very well. The group approaches the large building near the entrance gate. Once again, the count of undead thins. Very few shambling around this building. Based on your previous investigation and determination of this matter, you believe that this building is one intended for trade, like some sort of large trading hall that was sort of the center of commerce in this city, right next to this large market square. It is exquisite, to put the least. It is a building that is very much the centerpiece of this area. The building glass and doors, stonework are exquisite. They're beautifully crafted, beautifully designed, and absolutely astonishing. It is clear that the time and money that the city put into this building was significant. It's almost like looking at like a cathedral in a city square. It's that sort of imposing. Yeah. It is Yeah, I would liken it probably the most to like a train station, but like a proper, old style grand station in terms of like those tall roofs and buildings, the marble. But yeah. And as I said before, there are some barricades that appear to be made blocking, sort of going inwards. But
it kind of makes me wonder why the barricades are there in the first place, though. I feel like breaking somewhere to go in probably wouldn't be a good idea, depending. That's just me.
I feel like we would be weakening the defenses would probably not be advisable.
Yeah.
You can.
Based on the warning we just received.
There's a path through. It's not like it's fully barricaded. It's more so of like defensive barricades in terms of you funnel your enemy, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
But it's a.
Yeah, I would definitely seek to proceed forward without damaging the barricades.
Yep.
Because we also don't know who or what is in this building right now.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
I'm sure it will be.
What?
All right, what's the team doing? Also, to give you an idea, here's like my vision almost of like, so this is Grand Central Station, New York. This is sort of like that, like I said, the grandiose building. But in this case, it would probably be the tallest building around in terms of, how beautiful it is in terms of the imposing nature of it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what's the team doing?
Leah's gonna walk ahead.
There's a few different doors that you could. You see a few options as you approach in terms of doors. There is a larger set of main doors facing the market square, so facing southward. And then you've got doors along the sides that are a little bit smaller. Carts and horses wouldn't be able to work through or get through. And then you got doors along the sides as well. Also, you would notice that in the southwest corner, there is like a stables as well. Probably where people they'd probably pull their carts into the market hall and then drag their horses over to the stables, hitch them up for the evening. You also see like a warehouse, larger sort of building to the side of it. So like on either side of those big main doors is the stable and then the warehouse, and then there's stuff you'd have to go around to see.
Please continue. Do we go through this way? Do we try to go through this way, or do we try to have a look over this side first?
I mean, I would think we want to. The warehouse is a smaller building, or
no, it's all one building. It's just like built off of
sectioned, sectioned a little bit away from the majority of the building. Got it. I mean, we could go through either or. The warehouse might be easier
Sorry.
That way.
I'm good. Sorry. Go ahead. Sorry, I was laughing at something. Anyways, go ahead. Not you guys. I'm so sorry. It was Shannon's fault. Go ahead.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought it was my thing in the chat.
No, it's Shannon's fault. Okay, go ahead.
This is the perfect time to use spider walk and walk up onto the ceiling and look around.
Sure.
Is that what you're doing?
Is that going to actually be able to see anything?
Maybe.
My brain kind of isn't working right now, so
I mean, you might be able to see into the windows and whatnot, but it kind of depends. It's also
outside the building.
Very obvious.
Very
It'll be very visible. All right. So I guess let's go toward the warehouse. Let's see what's up with warehouse life.
Okay. As you approach, it's clear that a lot of these doors have been sort of barred and like broken. Barred and sort of barricaded from the inside. You can't really give me a perception check.
Okay. All of us or just me?
Whoever's leading. And since you said it, I'll make you do it.
Okay. My character sheet shut for some reason. All right. Perception check, you said. Forgive me as I try and figure myself out again. There it is. My sheet was too condensed.
Okay. As you're kind of looking at it, you're not really seeing any real way in here at the warehouse. I mean, there's these large, grandiose doors that have since been almost immobilized. Some of them, even, you notice, have almost been like magically sealed as well. The seal between the doors seems to have fused together. Looking at the warehouse option here, you're not really seeing a whole lot of options. It's almost like whomever did all this tried to flow people through a select number of doors. And you would imagine on this side of the building, at least, it would be that main door. You don't know about the stables. You could try to enter the stables, but you would have to look at the other side of the building to see if there's any other options.
Okay. Right, I guess continue working our way around and see.
Clockwise or counterclockwise?
Way in.
You're on the southeast corner right now. So if you went counterclockwise, you'd be headed to the east side of the building.
You don't have any kind of a map for us, do you?
Not in this one, no.
Okay. I guess counterclockwise. Sure, why not?
Okay. As you move along the side of the eastern building, it's a little bit more, you know, you see what probably used to be old shop stalls sort of built into the building that have since been boarded up and not able to enter that way. But there is a door that faces to the east that is appears to be an entrance of some sort. Likely not one that they would have brought carts and stuff through, but probably these doors would have been propped open, and it's like a collection of doors that likely would have been propped open, you know, to let the flow of traffic through in and out during the day. You see along the sign, the top of it, and beautiful writing. Whilst you don't speak the language, you've picked up enough fast to say that it is called the Belosia Grand Exchange.
Okay. Alright. This store seems like it is a portal we can pass through. Does anybody... I don't really have strengths as far as like looking to see if it's trapped. Like I can tell it's not barricaded, but does anybody have any skills with like making sure it's not like particularly dangerous to go through here?
Zara kind of looks around for a second, seeing if anyone's gonna respond.
I don't.
Take a look at
We
it.
have seen.
I'll take a look.
You have a way with doorknobs and whatnot, like, you know, maybe just.
He kind of adjusts her cloak a little bit and steps forward, and you see her kind of. Actually, I'm gonna do a few of you would see her kind of like pull out one of her daggers and like, you know, as she's looking sort of at the gap in the door and checking for anything, and then she slides the knife between, just kind of see if there's any sort of resistance or anything that would kind of snap. She kind of looks back at you. No, I think it's fine. Weirdly.
Think we should knock or just sneak in? Like, what kind of approach do y'all want to take?
We have no idea.
I have a question. Althea, what are you thinking? Althea?
I'm probably just gonna push in. Sorry, I'm dealing with a dog that's needing attention right now.
You're fine. You guys just watch as Althea kind of looks at you guys, kind of being hesitant. Oh, you're the pupper. Oh. Oh, my heart.
Baby.
My heart.
The little baby sounds.
This is my old man.
Aww.
He's like little chums.
As you guys watch as Althea kind of just looks at the two of you and she goes, I'm just gonna go in. She just walks up and pulls one of the handles down and just swings the door open. She's gonna go, Echo's gonna go sleep, so.
Okay.
Which was very much needed, because I was gonna kick her butt if she didn't.
I mean, you have to respect, like, her choice, but at the same time,
Mhm.
like, please go sleep.
Go sleep. As you... Why is the music being difficult again today? It was working fine. It was fine. Maybe?
Mm.
Oh,
You're also not streaming your music right now.
yeah, because last time it made it worse, so I'm trying to just mitigate that. But it just does not want to cooperate when I'm trying to... I don't get it. Because I have Roll20 open? Maybe? Fucking kidding me. Like right now when I'm trying to change it. Like the tension is palpable. And like even dropping it down to like a different quality doesn't do anything. Yeah. Is it just this music? Like if I go to like something else, does that work? No, YouTube is just being... Okay. This is annoying. This will work, I guess. Okay. Nope. The music stopped immediately when I said okay. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to fucking do. Which shit doesn't want to work. Because I can pull it up in Internetics. Go ahead.
I was just gonna ask if you could try like running it in a different browser, but it sounds like that's what you were saying you were doing already.
Yeah, it's just like the issue with that is then there's ads. But
You don't have an ad blocker on there?
not on Internet Explorer, I don't think. I can try to get one on here. I mean, I would never do that stream. How do I get one on? Oh, now it's working on Chrome. The second I open up Edge, it's like
It's like, oh no, let me start working. Or like an incognito window might work too.
I tried incog.
You know. Should I go with the whole have you tried turning it on and off again thing?
You want me to end stream?
No.
How do I add extensions to this thing? Let's see here. Oh, let me bing it. Oh,
Baby pupper
noise. I'll just edit out the last bit of it. Sorry, guys. Music wasn't musicking. It wasn't working. As Alfio walks forward, swinging the door open, there is, to say the least, a smell emanating from within. The building itself is gorgeous. It's absolutely beautiful. The high vaulted ceilings, the stonework, the carvings, the statue, the glass itself is even gorgeous. But that's not what's on your mind as you begin to look around. And with each glance around you, you you start to notice you are not alone. As within, all around you, are countless individuals, seemingly going about their day almost. You takes a second to take it all in, but there are people to your right kind of sat down at a table. There are people up on scaffolding, it looks like faux houses made up in the ceilings. But there's something, well, I'm sure you can imagine, not quite right about them. As you start to take it all in, you begin to realize every single person, as their heads turn towards you, some of whose heads turn almost 180 degrees, they're all undead. Each and every single one of them. Some look like rotting corpses. Some look like ghosts. Others look like stone beings, almost. Others are just clad in armor. And then as Althea pushes through this door, there's a tension in the air. And as they look at you, and you look at them, it's a question of who's going to act first. You watch as a group of them pick up some weapons they have leaning against what appears to be a wall and begin to approach. Not necessarily shambling, though, but with purpose. What are you all doing?
I feel like we shouldn't, respond as if they're going to attack us right away. We should see what they want, but that's just me.
Definitely try talking.
Yeah.
Fess is gonna kind of,
passive approach.
Yeah, they're, if we've learned anything from Mothman, we should see, if they're aggressive before we start attacking. Fess is gonna, kind of nervously, clack their beak a little bit and then be like, are you in control of yourselves or are you under control?
Laura is nervous and just backs up slightly at the back of the group.
Lavetta keeps her eyes on them, but she tries to remain passive with her posture. So she doesn't make any fast movements or anything. She just locks eye contact, I guess.
As they approach, a crowd begins to form. Tension growing. There's one clad in mismatched armor, only his jaw really visible. A jaw that barely holds on with the sinew as it dangles. He lifts his arm at a strange angle, the arm sort of clicking and clattering forward as he points the sword at you all. at a decent distance. He's not about to attack, but it's definitely an active threat. And a guttural, almost incoherent voice echoes out from him. Your business.
I think Discord edited some of that out. Can you say?
Yeah,
That's fucked up, Discord. Let me
Turn your
make sure.
crisp off.
I don't think I have crisp off.
I'm assuming you said state your business.
Yeah.
That is what I said, but let me make sure crisp is off. Oh, there we go. No, it was not. All right.
It's great, but not for this.
State your business.
We are here to figure out what happened to the city. And help if we can.
You watch as he turns his head to either side. The other gods, or who you'd presume to be gods based on the sort of stance they're taking, the armor they wear. You know, it's interesting, because it's at this point you begin to notice that all of them, in some form or another, well, I would say Emelina notices this first. Zara notices first with her perception. They all seem to have some sort of emblem either on a scarf or on like a bandana. It's kind of mismatched all over the place in what they work. It's like a patch almost on most of their clothing of a scythe. A long scythe and then a long handle. But Zara's the first to notice it.
Zara doesn't say anything about it yet.
The one who kind of leaning at you lifts up his other hand, and you see as he kind of takes his hanging jaw in a skeletal hand and pushes it back up, and you hear the sort of grinding of bones and flesh as he sort of readjusts it. Sorry about that. Well, you want to know what happened to the city? Where the hell have you been, then?
What?
Not on this plane?
Yeah.
Traveling by foot is pretty slow, so it's, you know, we've been around.
Dangerous as well, but you see as he kind of lifts up the helmet, it's got a little bit that comes down over his eyes and lifts it up a little bit. At this time, you start to notice, oh fuck, wait, I wrote this down, where did I put it? Where is it? Why can't I find it? Hello? Maybe? Maybe? Oh yeah, okay. You notice their eyes appear to be less. One thing you would have noticed with a lot of the creatures that you would have seen here, they often had just sort of energy flowing within their eyes, but here they don't really seem to have that. It seems more natural. Some of them definitely have a little bit of glow, especially those who seem to be missing an eye, but it doesn't seem as it seems more so as it's like subdued almost. It's not as uncontrolled, if that makes sense.
Or non-sentient?
Sorry, someone's trying to
Does it
message me at
seem
the same
more
time. I'm trying to respond.
sentient than the other undead that we've encountered?
That's kind of a subjective thing, and I can't even give you a roll for that because you've not really dealt with undead. It just seems the eyes are moving a little bit more than the other ones. Kind of just gave a blank stare.
Okay. I feel like that's fair enough. Like, they're obviously talking instead of just attacking, so I feel like we already kind of have a sense that they're more willing to like reason than the others we've encountered.
He lifts up his eyes and he looks you over. See as his eyes scan and kind of pause at the two crows. You don't want to rip my flesh off, do you?
Not particularly at the moment. I don't really, not that I discriminate against those that do feed on flesh long past. I personally do not tend to partake of that.
The weirdest fucking thing they've ever said.
So no, I don't particularly have any desires to do that. Is that a concern you often have?
He lowers the sword and kind of places it on his hip. You see him kind of look around and look behind you. He's very uneasy as he looks at you. Yeah. Huh. Well, where do you come from then?
Well, myself and my feathered friend here hail from a different plane.
As you guys are saying that, one of the guards to the next to the main guard, his eye just pops out and like plops on the ground, and you see a few of them kind of look at him, and he bends over, picks it up, and you hear like almost like a sucking sound as it put back in his eye.
Oh, the sound!
I immediately have to
yourself
think of
together,
that.
then.
I immediately have to think of Pirates of the Caribbean now.
Yep.
Yeah, very that. Fess is just gonna continue on as if that did not happen. Like, just this is these people's culture. This is fine. They're still talking. They're lovely. Like, be rude to, like, you know, think negative things about them. Yeah, basically just gonna continue. We're from a different realm, but we were brought here to address an issue. Have you encountered others that might look like myself, but not, they're different. I'm not the same as them, and I'm not with them. But have you encountered others that might look similar to me?
He kind of looks at you. His head turns. The bones kind of cracking, and you see the sort of dried skin pulling, almost taunt as he does. There was You see any others? Nah, boss. Nah, I haven't. How about you? I know, boss. It snaps back. I'll be honest with you, a lot of us don't remember all that great anymore. We kind of just... well... You know, I'm beginning to realize maybe we're not the best people to talk to. Look, we haven't had visitors before, so it may be best that I show you around, but look, I should warn you, don't stray from the path. Now, a lot of us have gotten very good at not eating flesh, but just in case, there's a few people who are new and they're not used to it yet, so you're gonna be under my protection while I have you go and meet the council, but you know, like I said, just stay, you know, not stray from the path. I don't need you to you know, it sounds like a big problem, and then that's gonna be a whole thing. They're gonna have to do so much counseling. Oh my god. Yeah, please just don't get eaten. Good?
Absolutely. Very commendable. Pleased to be in your protection.
Yeah. Okay. You see, like, at this point, like, a large number of, these undead have started to start watching you all, and there is a wide variety. You see a lot of sort of pale, like, individuals who, as far as you could tell, look the exact same to you, except they're just a little bit more pale and, you know, not so lively, but as in terms of missing flesh or missing anything like that, you don't really see it. They just look like a goth girl who hasn't seen the flesh or seen the sun for that long. They're just very pale. You also see a few people who are like this guy, whose flesh is kind of falling apart, and they're kind of having to occasionally put it back up. You see, as I mentioned before, those big, almost like stone-like constructs covered in these runes, and they move very almost unnaturally, but there is intention about the decisions, like they're walking back and forth, if that makes sense.
Did they look anything like the construct we fought under the manor?
Not at all. Not at all.
Okay.
Anything like that. Nope. And then you see ones who have got like this like taut bluish skin, like a hunched back, longer tongue. They look more put together, but still have that sort of undead, unnatural look at them. You see, as I mentioned before, creatures who are phasing almost in and out of existence. They're spectral. They're ghosts. But you notice a lot of them have like a hole in the center of their chest that you can see right through. And then the last group that you see are individuals who are just completely clad in armor. There's fewer of these guys, but they are. There's a sort of darkness about them. You don't really see much of them. They're kind of separated from the group, but there is a large variety of individuals here. The guy who's speaking to you all looks over. You want to follow me? And kind of raises his arm and points at two of those sort of armored, darker figures. Points to two of them. He says, you two, get in the back. Keep having a night. And you watch as they stand up with almost they're like knights almost, in that sort of very direct, slow movement. They stand up, their swords, at the ready on their hilt, their hand coming down as they kind of fall in formation behind you two, the door shutting behind you. Any attempt at leaving at this point seems to have unfortunately gone. The crowd begins to pull out, but a lot of them are keeping their eyes on you. And Zara, you've noticed that a few of them seem to be looking at you guys with almost licking their lips. There's a hunger in their eyes as they stare at you just a little too long.
I casually walk up to Lavetta and whisper in her ear.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the way they're looking at us.
She tries to not really make it look obvious, but she's kind of like darts her eyes to see what they're talking about.
Give me a perception check.
Oh.
Yeah, you don't really see what she's talking about. It's kind of hard. There's not really any light really in here other than the natural light that's coming through the windows and whatnot. There's a few candles here and there, but it seems like these people have gotten accustomed to not needing it.
I mean, this. We were told that we're under protection. So.
I don't like it.
Well, hopefully we won't.
Be on your guard.
Won't be here too long. I know.
Zara falls back again so that she's walking at the end of the group.
Those two
Constantly keeping an eye out.
armor-clad individuals stopping, so they're behind you.
There a problem?
They just kind of stay still as you.
He takes back 2 steps.
They take 2 steps back as well. Are you going to try to push past them?
Yeah. Well, no, she's just gonna, casually more 2 steps.
Okay.
Wait, did they do 2 steps back or 2 steps forward to parallel them? Like,
No, she wants to stay behind. They want to stay behind Zara.
Yeah,
okay,
it's a game of chicken right now.
Okay, fair.
So you're trying to casually push past. Give me an athletics roll. Or an acrobatics roll.
I mean, they're probably trying to keep us on the path, right?
That would be my assumption.
Yeah.
Trying to keep us safe.
I don't think we should question it.
Zara, you dip behind them, and these two instantly turn around, pulling their swords and pushing at you. And the guy at front hears the commotion. Whoa. It's okay. It's okay. And you hear like a guttural growl almost from the 2 creatures who are now agitated with you, Zara. It's okay.
Where's that sword come from?
That's what she said, sorry.
What do you mean, where's that sword come from? They pulled it from their hips.
No, that's what she says. It's just like...
It's okay, guys. And he like pushes back towards you. It's okay. If she wants to walk behind, it's okay. She'll knows what happens if she messes up, okay? She's under our protection.
Zara just smiles and it looks unnatural.
Yeah. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. And he kind of looks at the 2 of them. They are our guests. Okay. Alright. Kind of lowers his arms a little bit as the 2 put their swords back. Okay. Good, alright. Okay. Kind of looks at you with this sort of like staring daggers at you all, or at you, Zara, before
I'm
turning
phased.
around. Yeah. Right. Okay. This way, guests. Right. So you're all not from Belosia. Is that what you're saying? Kind of gesturing to Fats and Levetta, who have been the most talking.
Yeah, I am.
And then Flora.
I am not from here. And neither is my companion. I'm actually not 100% sure the rest of us, but I don't think any of us are from Belosia proper.
Right. I'm gonna need so much water for this.
Yeah, you're like shredding your throat. Please take care of yourself.
It's great. It's great. I made a choice.
You did.
Oh.
Strong choice.
Choices.
Change. Okay. He looks around. Right. Welcome to the Grand Exchange. It used to be a big trading hub, but it's where the one of us who are under our own control, as you said there, it's where we hangout. However, we call ourselves the Exchanged after the building itself. We have
Quite clever.
much. Say that again?
I said quite clever.
We have much to thanks to the Scythe. We were all shambling undead for some time. But we are led by a labor council. They call themselves the Ministry Exchange. The Exchanged Ministry. Each one of our labor groups have a seat on the council. My group that I am a part of, we are represented by our leader, Violet. She leads us. We are the Motgadin, Death Keepers, if you will. We are in charge of protecting everyone here. Beyond the Death Keepers, you've got a whole bunch of different them. You've got the counselors. Counselors are, what's the word? I guess you probably would have called them priests back in the day. They're more like caretakers now. You know, to kind of come to existence with your undeath is a little bit difficult, so they're in charge of making sure we're all, keeping, he points to his head, kind of taps on it, keeping this all up there, or whatever we got left up there, and then you got the tenders. They're in charge of making sure, we grow the mushrooms. Like I said, a lot of us have a little bit of a taste for flesh. Now, unfortunately, it's kind of hard to come by. And it's a little demoralizing, let me tell you. What happens is, you start to have this sort of existential crisis of eating your dead friends and family. So we started changing to mushrooms. This is sort of our compromise, you understand?
I do.
Yeah, so it's still living, but it's mushrooms versus, the flesh of John from down the road. So it's a better exchange.
Yeah.
We got the
Less
conjurers.
moral dilemma, at least.
Exactly, you understand. We got the
it's
conjurers.
It's a shame I don't have those organs from before. Sorry about that.
No, trust me, it's not ideal for us to even consider. Let's see, what else? Oh, I just realized, 1 second. On my main roll 20, why is... Oh, well, that's not what I wanted. Lock preview. Oh no, you're not locked. You are. It's just a little bit... Wait, why is it doing that? What the fuck? Alright, I'm just readjusting. Oh, I see why I did that way.
Wait, were we supposed to see something else on Roll20?
No, it's the stream.
Oh.
Oh, I've made it worse. Oh, I've made it worse. I've made it worse.
It's fine.
I've made it worse.
You're doing amazing.
It's
Yes.
fine. That's fine. Alright, we're not gonna talk about it. Alright, alright. More water.
Good idea.
We got the conjurers. The conjurers are like our mages, and you know, they do some magic stuff. They help keep us safe. You know how it is. We got
starting to sound a little bit like Jerry. Sorry.
You sound like Jerry, because I'm going into the Brooklyn accent. Oh. We got the moths. Now the moths, the moths are, well, they're, you know, they are scouts. They make sure we're safe. And then you got the laborers. Well, that was pretty obvious. And then you got the keepers of knowledge. Those are like our researchers. Now, obviously, these are just all the names that in common. But you understand what the purpose is. And then you got the old group, which is the ministers. But the ministers technically, and he kind of like trails off as he's like explaining all this. Anyways, they're all in charge here. Each of the labor groups has a say on the council. And the politics can get a little bit boring for, you know, a lot of us. But we do what we can.
What are the main things you need protection from, if I can ask? Like, is it just the shambling?
Oh, well, see, now that's a complicated one, and I was hoping to bring up politics when you guys on here on your first visit, but you kind of got two factions here. You got, well, we've got two factions here in the city. You got the Fraternité, and you got the Eclaire. Well, look, I don't want to have to indoctrinate you through all of this, but the Fraternité are the sort of people who fight for freedom, you know. We don't want any more of our kind to be, you know, what you call them, shamblers. We're able to free them from that. And we, can, you know, give them a new life. One life. Kind of life. But Eclaire is of the belief that a life is a curse. And, well, they fight to keep others in their mind from that curse. It's a complicated thing, and the Death Keepers, we got cells that we typically house people until the ministry can decide what to do with them. It can be a little bit hard.
Yeah.
But,
sounds complicated.
Yeah, so technically not. I mean, the Shamblers don't really come around here much. We usually have to go out for them. The thing is, when it comes to it, it's, well, not much of protection anymore. The Shamblers don't really get too close to the door, because I don't really know why, but the beasts occasionally, well, they'll push through, attack the entrance, but they haven't really done that in a while, I guess. It's all complicated, I'm sure you understand. But, yeah, that's kind of what it's all about. Here we just kind of do what we can to survive. We, well, we would love to have our city back, but, you know.
That's understandable. Are you doing anything to try and take the city back, or are you mostly just holding ground here?
Oh, it's... A lot of us don't want to go back to that torture, that pain. It's a lot of suffering.
You were aware?
Not really. Flashes, memories. You don't really, There's a pause in him. Look, we're happier as we are now.
That's fair.
He leads you through winding corridors where people have set up makeshift buildings, sort of inside the hall. Well, if you all ever get, if you ever, do getting out and about, I'm happy to show you around. We got some cool places here. A lot of people live up in Doomtown, but well, I could take you up there at some point. Yeah, we got a lot of things here, but just be careful. He keeps leading you west. Before taking you into this sort of center. Looks like an old sort of auctioneer's stand has been churned into a council chamber. Where once there would have been sort of a center plinth where someone or a few people would have stood up on top. This has now been churned into a collection of chairs in a circle. And at this time, you see 3 members, or 3 individuals sat in the chairs, gathering and they're chatting. The 3 people that you see one feminine nature, long, elegant clothing, but is that sort of ethereal, ghost-like type of person. She sits on the chair just fine, but almost looks like she's gonna fall through it. You see another one, again, more feminine, who is completely decked out in that armor. However, that armor like you saw before, but there's a little bit of a difference to them. You see sort of long white hair flowing from under a helmet, paler skin, from what you can see at this angle. And then you see a final one who is wearing longer robes. They're elegant, darker in color. There's little bits of like a pomegranate red color woven through without it. Very elegant, very regal almost, but not out of place for a group of undead. It's just nicer robing, maybe something you'd see on a priest or whatnot. The most noticeable is that this individual appears to have a scythe leaning against their shoulder that they kind of hold with their their right hand. The wood itself is warped, twisted, and knotted. It curves down. It's probably about 6 feet tall, 2 meters, roughly. And then a long blade, scythe-like, coming out from it on top. It's a Grim Reaper scythe, basically, to give you a visual idea of what that looks like. The metal within it is, there's a weird darkness among it. Not too dissimilar to Zara's blades, just not as pitch black, if that makes sense. There is a difference to them. The one with the scythe tilts their head up, looking at you, looking down at the god. 2 armored-clad individuals in your group. This guy looks to be the most live-looking, but still that sort of pale, uneasy coloration to their skin. There's a glow in certain parts of their skin. You know D&D terms, they are a reborn. But if you don't know D&D terms, that's the best I can say. It's very pale skin. Still looks living, but definitely not isn't living. It's just the most alive looking of the group. They look up at you. Dark eyes scanning across you all. Well, this is most certainly interesting. What have you brought me here, Mutgardin? The language at the end swaps to Belosian. Only Fess being able to pick it up. There's an exchange between the two of them. You hear the word guests. You hear almost a heightened tone before the individual with the scythe kind of waves their pale hand, and guard steps backwards with the 2 clad in armor. Looking you over, steps up. They're a taller individual, more skinnier, not a lot of muscle. And as they stand, their dark, scraggly hair pushes up, and they push to the side with their free hand and use the scythe to sort of balance against, walks forward. The other 2 on the chair, the 2 more feminine individuals, stand up and turn around to look at you both, or look at you all, as the main individual steps down to meet you at level, well, a few feet away from you. They start to say, "So, what do we owe Ziana for guests in our fine settlement?"
Well, we have come to figure out what happened in this city. And we're interested if you have seen or encountered others that might look like me. I'm not with them, and I don't associate. I think I'm looking for them, but they are not mine. Like people that I know. But we're trying to find something that they have that they brought here that they used to make this city as it is.
Their eyes.
Or at least that we believe they used it to make the city like this.
Yes, sorry. That is not a definitive. You are correct. I do not know for sure, but heavily suspect that potentially.
Their eyes sort of squint a bit, looking at you all. They turn around, looking at the other two, who are turning back. No, I do not think that to be all. Are you to say that they are responsible for everything that happened to Pelosia?
I think they played a part, but I don't know that they're responsible for everything.
If the thing that they took does what we believe it does, or is responsible for what we believe it is, I believe that it's possible that they brought it to the person here, and then they created a ritual or some sort of magic that actually caused it. But the belief is that the relic is like the focus of it, or the amplifier that's allowing it to affect so much.
He lays his head to the side, sort of rubbing their brow and their temples, still holding the scythe. You speak of rituals and malicious actors. You don't know anything that's going on here, do you?
No.
The only thing I know is that is what I can feel in the mana, in the magic, in the ley lines. Otherwise, no clue.
When you start mentioning the ley lines, that ghost-like woman kind of steps forward. Well, now that's curious. What do you feel?
The thing I felt most when I interacted with someone who seemed to be coming under effects of this this curse, this land, because of unfortunately they chose to eat something they shouldn't have. It felt like the life was literally and everything was, and the energy was literally being drained and concentrated into a location somewhere within Belosia. We were so far away, I don't have any sort of exact location, but it's just draining not only the life force of the people, but also of the land itself. The crops have withered and died, and everything is just being all sucked into this one location.
I think I know what this creature speaks of. Scythe bearer. They say, speaking to the one who bears the scythe. before she turns back towards you. It is possible your theory is correct, that it has to do with what happened, but he chooses her words carefully. We are of the mind that there is many things ongoing. I would be curious to know if they are linked. The one with the scythe speaks up. Look, there is a lot of speculation here. What we can tell you is the unfortunate nature of it all. People are suffering. People have lost their lives and their minds, and no one has survived an ordeal except those of us who are not even alive, and one more. But beyond that, in the beasts, there isn't much to save. However, you arriving here is very interesting, to say the least. I would not have expected outsiders to make it. Yeah. How did you get past? It's not relevant. So you seek creatures such as yourselves for what purpose?
To find the relic they hopefully still have in their possession, and then return it to a place where it can't do harm to this city or this realm anymore.
Forgive me if I seem callous or cruel. This position weighs on me, and I have to unfortunately consider all of the natures of the city, but I think what you are doing is admirable, and suffering is my line of work. I just would like to caution you, if you do not mind.
Oh, not at all.
I don't think there is much to save here anymore. Like
Perhaps not here in this area, but if left unchecked, I am concerned this may continue to spread to and continue to affect more and more of the realm.
Beyond Belosia?
It's already reached past the walls of Belosia and has affected all of the fields, and is there's essentially a forest line out there that marks some of where this stops affecting, or it's not as effective.
Is that a stagnant barrier, or does it continue to grow?
I haven't been able to observe it for a length of time in order to determine that at this moment, but my belief is that as the life force or leyline energy or mana or whatever is being gathered continues to grow, that it's likely going to continue to expand in a cycle of gather, growth, gather, and then continue to grow.
Give me a persuasion check.
Okay, I can do that. I can really do that.
Oh.
Ori over here, like, I got this.
I don't have the information myself, but as you are the first newcomers we have ever had, it would be remiss to not give you an audience with the ministry. Perhaps someone or one of the groups has knowledge or insights that the three of us do not. Give us some time. I will gather the group in an hour or two. In the meantime, you have my word that you will be safe. Should anyone give you harm, please inform the guards. I believe the Mort Gardine who escorted you here would be more than happy to take you somewhere that you can rest and recuperate. At least for an hour or two. There is a pub as well as a cafe, should you be interested.
Thank you.
But of course, and I do apologize for my standoffish behavior should it have been a little too much. If I just have to ensure that I understand the full situation.
To that point, we did encounter a woman.
Their eyes narrow.
She doesn't like us very much.
No, she seemed very upset that we were in the city.
And here in the exchange, you encountered them.
No.
Just before we got here.
Let me guess. Long dark hair, pale skin, a little bit of pointy teeth.
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah. That would be the Baroness.
She tried to be rather persuasive.
We can do that.
Very persuasive.
She shakes her head.
Their eyes look at Pez.
But out of Pez's view, kind of like making a heavy eye contact with the lady, like pointing to Pez.
What?
Very persuaded.
Well, that's interesting, is it not? I guess I haven't seen the effects on living. That is the Baroness. Our former slaver is probably the best word to use.
Yes.
Slaver?
Yes.
She does seem to be the one controlling the majority.
He also called it her city and wanted us to get out.
He controls all of anyone who lives in the city except those who have been freed by the scythe.
I see.
Yeah.
I am... of the mindset that this is a curse in itself. It's limbo between death and undeath. Death and life is undeath.
Yeah.
But many of our people have found solace in different mindsets. Regardless, whatever that mindset is, and how you take this on life, the Baroness is a cruel, cruel woman.
I did get that feeling.
He is very likely the one who raised every single individual you will encounter in this city.
Mhm.
And we believe that the object we're looking for was possibly
Given to
at
her.
least played a part in allowing her to do so.
Interesting. Well, then you're probably going to want to speak to Xavier. They lead the moth here in the city. Scouts, if you will. I think they shall be able to give you a little bit more insight into this, well, unfortunately, I hate to say it, but suicide mission of yours. I don't see you succeeding.
We're endeavoring not to, but I understand that perspective.
A few hours, and that'll be for you. Please, you are our guests. If anyone should give you any sort of difficulty, please inform the guards, and we will ensure that that is handled.
We certainly will.
Is there anything in the meantime that you need from me? I just realized I have not introduced myself at all, have I? Scythe
Other
Bearer.
than your title, Scythe Bearer.
Scythe Bearer Max Vale. I am the leader of the Councillor, the Councillors. We are the group who help those deal with their sort of newfound unlife. The lovely lady, they say, gesturing to the ghost, this is Madeline Duclos. She is in charge of the illusionists, the conjurers, if you will. And the most excellent Violet Poussandan is the leader of the Motgondine guards here in the city, the Death Keepers, if you will. I will introduce you to the other four when you remain.
Excellent. Well, we will make our way to a place maybe we can have a small rest and await the convergence of the council then.
I say it is not very often we get to have such good news, so I appreciate you all. The fact that there is life able to make it here is... I don't know, there's something nice about it. But anyways...
I've also seen a mixture of life and unlife make it here. Or to the area, at least.
I beg your pardon?
There was this weird bird.
Yeah.
It was like partially undead, partially still alive or something. It was really weird. It's hard to describe.
We will speak about that. But please give us a moment and enjoy your stay at the cafe. Right, and he stands up and turns around. The guard who kind of escorted you over walks up to you. Oh, I gotta say, guys, not a whole lot of people get to meet with the council, so that's pretty cool. I guess it's probably on the fact that you are all newcomers and alive. And
yeah, still alive. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
That'll do it. Okay, right. Well, I can take you all to the pub, if you would like.
Sure.
It's quite nice. Just this way. Gestures to the sort of back the way you guys came from to the northeast. As you all make your way over that way, there is sort of groups of people sort of forming and chatting as you walk by. I mean, you are very much clearly a spectacle is a good word for it. You are definitely interesting, to say the least, for these people who have probably not seen anything real, much of anything for some time now. This is too scary music. I'm trying to find some good, chill tavern music that's a little bit spoopy. Now, I know that's going to be a lot to ask, but come on, music. Don't let me down. How about this? Oh. Okay. I'm digging it. Alright, this will work. As you all make your way to the... This isn't somber enough, but it's fine. As you all make your way to the tavern, oh, you know what music I can play? I know exactly what I'm going to play. Will work. This will work. Okay, perfect. Little Baldur's Gate 3. Alright. As you all...
I was just gonna send you a Baldur's Gate one. Yep.
Yeah, this is perfect. This is the last light for those who have played Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate. Anyways, as you approach, there's a sort of crooked sign that reads "To Die For," like a little pub sign. There's a bunch of undead who are in there, and they're all clashing, mixed match different mugs, you know, clearly plundered from parts of the city of different types and makes, and, you know, occasionally a wooden mug and glass and whatnot. And people seem to be having a good time. It's weird seeing the dead like this. No one here has really seen up close undead, let alone them living a life that is, well, a life. It's weird. There's a bit of it's, you can almost bask in the irony of it, but it is nice to see people whose lives have probably been just horrible, serving as a shambling undead, to have this freedom to hang out. You see, as you enter, there's a couple different groups of people. There's some more of those armored-clad individuals sort of sat in the dark corner drinking, you know, and it's weird because, like, the drink kind of just passes through their helmet as they try to drink it. You see other ones, you see some other guys kind of carted around a table throwing down makeshift cards, and others are throwing bone dice. You see a guy sort of at the end of one of the bar. He's yelling, and he's got like he's has his arm in his hand. You can see it's been detached from his left side, and his right hand is like holding up his left arm, and he's like swinging it around, and he's yelling in a different language you don't hear, and he's yelling about something, and he's got like some pieces of paper kind of written up next to him as he's yelling. It's more like he's like it's hard to just sort of discern what he's doing, but it's like people are just ignoring him as this guy's like swinging his arm around and yelling about something. As you enter, this guy kind of turns to you. Oh, the newcomers! Well, the end is nigh! The end is nigh, let me tell you! And he's like waving his hand around, and it's like flapping around, the bone kind of just clangling around. He's just got a severed arm in his hand as he waves it at you all. But yeah, there's a giant bar. This guy's yelling at you, telling you the end is near. There's people kind of ignoring. Some people kind of look at you and are kind of keeping an eye on you, but yeah. Paz, are you back?
Yes, I am here. Hello.
Okay, because I know you popped to the loo. Something does catch your attention. In the corner is a pink tiefling speaking with a woman. You just slam your desk.
No. I know where this is going.
As a pink tiefling, as well as she seems to be speaking to some sort of more elegantly dressed, beautiful hair in a robe, and they're having a chat in the corner. At the bar is a large creature that is made of stone, as I mentioned before. These sort of rune. What's up? Someone laughing?
Oh, sorry, I was laughing at something else.
Oh, okay. Got it. Okay. So as here, I'm gonna put this in the thing so you can see what these guys kind of look like. They're like these big. Big stony creatures covered in these like purplish runes that are carved into the stone, and you see as they lift their arm up and they're like pulling down the little keg, trying to like pour out some mugs of whatever and placing it on the table, and handing them out, and looks to you. No real eyes or anything. It's just the shape of the head. Looks, and if rock could smile, this looks at you. And smiled. Welcome to Die For. What can I get you all? What'd you say?
Alcohol.
Yeah. Well,
Are you
we've
sure
got
that's a good idea? Sorry.
We've got a few different types. Now, I will say we do have some stock in the back that is traditional alcohol. No one here can really feel it, so I don't really sell it all that much, but I'm sure I could find something you like. But then the favorite here is mushroom alcohol. Everyone loves it here, and it's so great. And I even got some that's a little bit nicer quality if you would like. It's weird, a rock speaking to you like this. Very extenuated sort of emotion, despite its sort of slow and methodical movements.
You know what? Yeah, I'll take it.
Right. Okay, I'll get one of those for ya. He like walks up to this big barrel and pulls down a lever and gets you a mug and places it in front of you. Anyone else?
No, thank you. I'm all right.
Right.
I'm okay, thanks.
Looks to Althea and Lavetta.
Jerry kind of like pops out of like my cloak or like
Any for your
somewhere.
little friend?
Oh, Jerry, no, please.
Yes, Jerry. Yes, please.
Yes, Jerry. Yes,
Yes, Jerry.
Yes, Jerry.
Is that a yes? I'm hearing yeses.
Yes for Jerry.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
I'll get some for Jerry as well. And he pulls out a thing and puts on the table. Anyone else? How about you,
Long-suffering sigh.
young lady looking at
None for
Althea
me.
and Lavetta?
Oh, none for me, thanks.
I have a little bit.
All right, they pull a thing and place it on the table. That's 6 copper for all that.
For it all or for separate?
Yeah, your guests. Let me treat you, make it cheaper for the first time. Let me get you 6 for all of them. Yeah. Total.
I'll do it. I put down 6.
Oh, okay.
Perfect. Knock down 6.
I have 929 copper. Let me pay.
Okay. Jeez. Fine.
I'll put a little bit. I'll put a little bit extra copper on this. I'll put down 10 instead.
Well, you're
Just
real
me.
kind there, young lady. Not seen one of your kind before. Well, I say that I'm on the corner, but you know, real nice of you there. I appreciate it.
That'd be nice.
Zara
to know.
smells the drink.
Give me, what are you smelling for?
Am I going to die after I drink this?
Give me a
Are
nature
you
check.
are you going to join the legions of the undead?
Give me a nature check. It smells like mushroom. Doesn't smell like it's gonna kill you. Doesn't smell foul. It just smells like mushroom and alcohol.
Buttons up.
Bottoms up. Aphlia joins.
Jerry joins as well.
Oh, dear. Mm,
I need you.
Wait, it's
all
mushroom,
to.
didn't you say?
It's worse than that.
Before I got high.
it is worse than that. It was grown here.
Well, yeah, you'll see. Go ahead and give me Constitution saving throws from the two of you. Go ahead and roll D20 for Jerry, please. Vanny. Okay.
Shit.
Uh,
And then I just need a base D20 for Jerry.
Yeah.
Top left, just click a little D20.
Here we go. Oh,
Jerry's loving it.
Damn!
Jerry. Good on you, Jerry. Get in there, Jerry.
If I said the word... Does anyone here know what ergo is? Or ergot?
Go.
No.
No.
Okay. It is a type of fungus that is grown normally on... it usually appears on barley and wheat. But there is something very interesting about ergo. In what it can... Yeah, you just found it, didn't you? So ergo is used to make LSD.
Hallucinogenic.
Knew we were going to get high.
We're gonna have a trip.
Oh no.
Nothing happens to start. You seem fine.
I think that's why they can feel it.
Yep, nothing happens for about the first 10, 15 minutes. You feel fine. What are you guys doing in the meantime? While you drink this?
I was waiting for this. I knew as soon as mushrooms were mentioned, I was like, someone's
You-
gonna get high as fuck.
The thing is, you're not getting high on mushrooms. You're getting high on essentially LSD.
Yeah.
It's even better.
Yeah.
Straight to the system.
Yep. Four would be trying to find somewhere to sit down and fiddle with some of her layout.
What are you doing, sorry?
Actually, she'd find somewhere to sit down, and basically actually like just focus, and actually work on attuning with the Feywild shard.
You do have it. You guys are going to get a short rest here, except for two of you. I can't say it's quite restful. Oh, welcome back, Shannon. Two of your party members are now high.
Yep.
LSD.
Yeah, I know. I spoke.
Yeah.
earlier.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah,
Lovetta's just... She just dies. What was it like a mug or like a flask? Like, what did they drink it out of?
a musk. A musk? Wow. A mug.
A musk? Oh, whoa.
A mug. You said
what?
flask and mug. My brain said musk.
I feel like that was a Freudian slip, but
Okay.
that's just me.
I'm gonna Freudian slip. Anyways, go ahead and yeah, they're in mugs.
I mean, it's kind of suited because I was gonna say, she looks over and smells the musk. I guess in this
Give me a nature
situation.
check. Give me a nature check, but
Cool,
it's gonna
cool.
be higher because Emelina's already done it. Yeah. Yeah. No,
Oh, okay, no worries.
it's just
Yeah.
mushroom.
Oh, sorry, my brain. I was in the toilet, I think, but
It's okay. You're fine. You're fine. It's at this time, as you guys are kind of chilling and, taking this time to rest, Althea, you're kind of finding it harder to focus. Your eyes keep drifting over to that pink tiefling in the corner before snapping back to your mug. Go ahead and roll me a D100.
Oh shit. Look, where's my sheet? There it is.
Just a
it's like the
D100.
sugar bombs. It's like the sugar bombs all over again.
Oh,
Sure, we can call it that.
I mean, I've still got some.
That's good, right? That's good, right?
We shall see.
You, Althea, as you rub your head, you look out, and all around you, you see sort of spooky, shadowy creatures reaching out towards people's heads and trying to grab them. You see people you see arms sort of reaching out from the floor and sort of spinning all around that one guy who's yelling about the end times. He's waving this arm back and forth, and a swirl of darkness comes out from him.
It's time back away.
Oh, are you prepared, Tiefling? They're going to come for you. He's actually saying this.
Push him away.
Okay. Yeah, you just push this frail man backwards. Don't say I didn't warn you. The horses. And yeah, you just see more and more of these creatures sort of appearing. Emelina, a D100, please.
That'll go great.
11.
It's interesting that nothing's gone over 20 yet.
You look, you're drinking this, and it's kind of getting foggier to think. And as you try to steal your mind a little bit, you blink a few times and you look up, and you start to notice something you hadn't noticed before. There's strings attached to everyone in this room. Their arms and their legs. Like marionettes from the ceiling. You look around.
Nope.
And you start to realize everything is a little prop. Your swords, your dagger, the mug you drink from, it's all wood. Like it was carved for a children's playset. And as you look around, the walls seem less and less 3D and more like they've been painted on a backdrop. The world's life's a ruse. Nothing's real. You're just a puppet in a game.
There are these giant beings sitting around a table.
Zara stands up, panicked.
The strings moving as you do. Like someone dictated you to do that.
She tries to grab like the strings above Lavetta.
It seems like you've grabbed them. Lavetta, all you see is Zara just reach out an arm above your head.
Are you okay?
Zara like looks past Lavetta and walks/stumbles backwards, holding onto the strings.
The strings just seem to get longer because Lavetta isn't moving, so it just seems like you're pulling from above instead of pulling her.
She frowns and tries to leave.
As you try to leave, the guy who was yelling about the end times, as Althea pushes past him, he has no strings on him. He's yelling, "The end times are coming! There are no strings on me. The end time." Weird. Voice changes tone and it's confusing. Are you leaving?
She grabs them and is like, where are your strings? How did you do it?
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. Please take a pamphlet. He's like trying to like push you away, but it's not able to.
Lavetta.
Do it.
Lavetta grabs Zara like by the arm and like trying to steady her.
Get me out! Get me out!
Maybe Zara maybe it's something to do with the mushrooms you just drank?
Get me out! Lavetta, you gotta help me. You gotta help me get out. Please, please, please.
The strings are pulling against you. You can't move. You're freezing in place. You need someone to control you to get you out of here.
Get me out, get me out, get me out, get me out. But I won't go back, I won't go back, get me out.
We were told not to go straying.
Get me out!
I can't. I'm not taking you anywhere. We need to stick together.
It's not good, it's not good. I'm not a puppet. I'm not a puppet, I'm not.
Lavetta bitch slaps Zara.
Be strength.
Wow.
No, I'm genuine. It was a genuine. She removes the tattered glove off her hand and just.
Yeah, give me a strength roll.
Oh god, okay. Oh, that's actually good for me. AC.
Not yours.
Mine.
I see.
Combat. Wait. Where? Oh, 14.
Wasn't it 14? Yeah, 14.
You watch as Lavetta brings a hand up to slap you, and one of your strings pulls you out of the way. As Lavetta's hand swings past you.
I guess for the first time since Lovetta has known Zara, Zara looks really fucking hurt.
Oh, now I feel bad.
The guy who's yelling about the end times is kind of sat there holding his pamphlets and trying to like pick them up. I didn't mean to any harm. I just know it's coming, and I didn't mean to scare anyone. And they're coming, and they're gonna kill everyone, and everyone's gonna die, and
You're already dead.
Am I able to like brew up like a tea cure or something, or do I not have the knowledge for that?
you would need the right thing for this.
Oh, yeah, I figure it's okay. An antidote would. Okay.
Unless you got some fucking Valium in your pocket.
Now that you mention it,
You got a little diazepam? If not, I don't know if it's I don't know how lucky you're gonna be here, unfortunately.
I mean, I've got mixed herbs. Is it possible that there's valerian root in there? Like,
Valerian root?
it's like a type of like herb that's basically like nature's Valium, basically, and it's like good for anxiety and like insomnia.
Huh.
It's also used to treat hysteria, but like I feel like that would be a very specific thing.
True. What are your mixed herbs from?
Just from travels, like, remember earlier on, like I pick up roots and stuff throughout, like roots and herbs.
Give me a d20. Let's just gotta see the likelihood of you having picked it up. I mean, or you could just say like you have, and it's something she would have carried on her if that's your character.
No, it's okay. I'd rather it be to probability, so I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, you probably where is it native to? Yeah, you wouldn't have really passed through any of areas like this since
Yeah, I know.
Since the incident.
It's because it's a blighted area.
Not looking good.
Sorry,
I mean, unless you want me to see if there's any that I got from my garden, but I don't know that.
Yeah, Dad didn't harvest. Like, we hadn't really had time with the garden,
Yeah.
had we? So it's.
We haven't really.
does Zara feel like she can move?
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Nope.
No, you're frozen in place right now, dog.
Sorry.
Can she just
sorry.
sit down in the spot then?
Yeah? Yeah?
Yep.
I mean, I was.
Sits down on the ground.
If you want to leave, I can ask if I can take you somewhere.
Like a room or something.
Yeah, where there's less people.
Zara's not listening anymore.
Hey, Althea. What are you doing?
Is Pez back?
Got it, Pat, step away again?
Yeah, she said the dog threw up.
Okay. Well, then we'll end it here soon because I know a few people have to deal with stuff. So as Althea's sort of like, I think she said she was trying to run and like yell and tell people to look out. I think it was like that, right? Isn't that what you're saying? As she's doing that, Well, I'd rather her... Oh, she texted me. She's going to hide in the corner. Okay, is what she DM'd me. So you watch as Althea just runs into the corner and just bowls up, curls up, and starts rocking back and forth. This has become quite the spectacle. And as you all are sat here losing, watching your companions sort of lose their mind, the bartender's kind of confused what's going on. You watch as that tiefling stands up from the table she's at, kind of studying what's happening. You see as she takes her arm and sort of runs it around a bracelet on her wrist, almost like seeds on a little line. Her eyes glow. She is going to cast. Let me just make sure I have it pulled up here and double check it.
Meanwhile, Jerry's having like a bird bath in his.
He's loving it.
I mean, he is a spirit though, so.
Lefetta's still rummaging through her satchel, just trying to find something. It's like, of all the like plants and herbs that I carry, something's got it.
You texted me about antitoxin. Do you have antitoxin?
On me, no.
No.
It was just asking. Okay.
It would help, but not. Obviously can't.
I've got a herbalism kit, and I've got potion of healing.
Neither would help in this scenario. You'd have to.
Yeah. Okay.
Herbalism kits for like collecting stuff.
Yeah. I wouldn't. I figured for future reference.
The woman walks up, grabbing that bracelet on her wrist, whispering a few words, but outstretching her hand, her eyes glowing this sort of reddish, pinkish. Not the tiefling who's got up, but rather the sort of undead woman who was with her. The woman has beautiful sort of reddish pinkish hair, her eyes glowing that sameish color. Those robes she's in, her eyes glow a little bit and her hair blows. She lets out. She's going to cast Calm Emotions. It'll affect both Althea and Zara. It means that you are no longer frightened or technically charmed. So for the next minute, you're going to be calmer. She walks up.
Trip to a good one.
Mm-hmm. She walks up. It's okay. Let me help. I think I know what is happening here. He walks up to Zara, who's obviously going to be a little bit closer, but then the other one in the corner. Tell me, what are you seeing, my dear?
I don't want to be controlled. Get me out.
Okay. No one is going to hurt you, promise. Right. What was it after you drank that? Did you drink something?
Get me
she
out.
drank the mushroom. She drank the mushroom alcohol. It happened right after.
Okay. You feel that sort of sense of calmness coming over you from the spell. He looks. What can I do here? What can I do here? I'm trying to think through my spells here that as well that could help here in terms of cleric spells. Did calm emotions. Oh, here we go. I don't think this is what I wanted. What is this coming from? No, that's not helpful. Help. She takes Zara's hand, or attempts to take Zara's hand, holding it in hers. It's gonna be okay, I promise, alright? Just... we're here to help. One is trying to control you, okay? Thing I was going to use doesn't work. Thing I wanted to use doesn't fucking work. I guess I'll just use this. You watch. He takes a deep breath. Holding her bracelet on her arm again, which appear to be seeds of some sort in like a little bracelet. As she casts Aura of Purity, which essentially allows you to end effects that include poisoned. Zara, you no longer feel frightened, poisoned, paralyzed, anything like that. Any mental health effects, we'll deal with that in a second. But seemingly as this watches over you, you can feel the control coming back to you, those strings wisping away as you take a few deep breaths. Are you feeling better, my dear?
Thank you.
Zara, we are going to do one last thing here. I am going to need from you a sanity roll.
I do it. Where do we find that now again?
Of all the hallucination effects to occur,
This one had to go to Zara.
Mm-hmm.
Where do I find the sanity rolls again?
It's gonna be in your features and traits. It should be a number.
That's what I thought, okay.
It's 16 right now, if I remember correctly.
15.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a d20, just base d20. Okay, you rolled a 16 because it's +2. Okay, so I'm gonna roll a d20 to see if you fail or succeed. It's just a base d20. You want me to roll lower than 16? Okay. Which I do. You are able to weather the effects of any sort of long-lasting sanity issues. Now, whether or not that means you want to deal with the mental health side of it in terms of your, your character in development, but it's more so that the mechanical effect is not as you're not going to affect it.
Sure.
Yeah. You don't realize the whole use of sanity could be a little bit problematic. I should think about that. Anyways, yes. So how you want to deal with that is up to you. There is no mechanical effect at this time. Okay.
Perfect. All right.
She takes there. She's holding your hand. It's cold. Her hands are very cold, but there is a calming nature of it as that sort of aura of magic pushes through you and releases that energy.
Zara thanks her, stands up, says if there's anything I can do, and then ignores Lavetta and goes to sit on a chair.
Rest, my dear. She walks over to Althea. Althea would also be calmed from the effects and the poison. But I know Paz is away right now. The woman stands up, looks at you all.
You said this removed charmed effects and stuff.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Oh, he's
anyone
free!
Blind, charmed, deafened, frightened, paralyzed, poisoned, or stunned. Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry to rules lawyer it. Hope I didn't ruin it too much.
No, I don't think he did. Let me just double check one thing, because I believe I gotta check the stat block. Give me a second.
Yeah, go ahead.
There we go. Because
There at
I
least
think
might need to be a roll or something on it.
no, I have to double check the stat block because vampires can get a little weird.
Yeah, that's fair.
Charm. Okay. It is charm. The charm target remains to be heated and protected, as it takes the request in the most favorable ways. Okay. Each time the vampires do not anything harmful to the target, compete to see so. Okay. Nope, no, that's right. I mean, it's not that big of a deal because you'll see, but that's perfectly fine. Yeah, you are no longer under that effect, Althea. She looks at you.
That'll be interesting.
Adjusts her hair. Pleasure to meet you all. I must say, I've not seen anyone react to Rune's drinks like that before. But it is not surprising. She pulls her hair back and reveals she's got these long, pointed ears. She's Elven, though the sort of reddish pinkish eyes and the pale skin otherwise say She is no longer living. She looks to you all. Mistress Percy, pleasure to meet you all. I am
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
servant of Sephine, goddess of undeath.
Ah. Yes, it could be a side effect of the fact that we're not under the same condition as most of the patrons here.
Yeah, it's also why they can't get drunk. Might I, there's a private room here in the pub. There's no beds or anything like that, but if you would like, I can get that sorted for you. In fact, when I give you an option, you see as she pulls out, it's like carved bone. It's not very clear. She puts out 2 of them on the table, looks up at the large stone creature. Ruin the room for an hour, a few hours, if you wouldn't mind. The stone creature kind of bows its head and gestures to the room. Should you need it, it is yours. Should you need anything else, I am more than willing to offer it to you. Be mindful of the alcohol. Wow, yes, obviously, I think you know at this point. She kind of bows her head and returns to the table that she was at, but kind of pauses to see if anyone wants to say anything before she starts heading that way.
Thank you very much for your assistance.
Flora would have been watching while she's focusing most of her attention on the shard, and just kind of while she wants to go ask questions of the nice lady, she also is very focused on her shard.
Okay. Well, then we are going to end today's episode there. We can continue having discussions with the nice lady. You can all knock down a short rest, except Althea and Zara, whilst you are no longer under the effects of the alcohol. The experience was traumatic enough that you are not going to be able to get any sort of rest. Everyone else, tend to your wounds, roll hit die, recover your points, and what have you. Next there is a, we'll continue onwards, but in the meantime, as you have all been exposed to essentially the first free undead any of you have ever even heard of, seemingly going about their life, the sort of mystery and strangeness of Belosia continues. First, you had those able to survive through this hellhole. Then you met the Silver Sword, vicious monster hunters out for blood. You met the people of Lupine, werewolves free from the undead. And now, or free from the bestial hunger. You've met vampires, and now you've met undead. Belosia itself is an enigma wrapped in shrouded mystery. Surprise after one another of new things showing themselves to you. And what comes next? Well, I suppose that will be up to you all. But in the meantime, thank you very much for everyone who came to watch and played today. I will
Thank you.
get this all sorted and all that. Chat, tomorrow we are going to be playing board games. Ticket to Ride. 10 a.m. Eastern. So if you guys want to see some of that, should be good fun. In the meantime, I'm done with my stream. I'm a little bit more tired. I'm still trying to recover. I've got jury duty on Monday, so I'm trying not to overdo myself.
You've got jury duty?
So fun. So fun.
I can't get called for jury duty yet. I'm too young.
I've never, like, I'm turning 40 in like a couple of months, and I have never had jury duty.
Must
Here,
be
the
nice.
pool gets the pool gets drawn every I don't know how many years, and it's starting like age 28, and I'm coming 27 in a month. So I got these all a couple of years.
We both have birthdays in March.
What is yours?
9th.
Oh, mine is the 4th.
Oh,
Hey, March 4th.
hell yeah.
That's I'll tell you after this.
Oh, Lord.
I have something happening that day.
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna raid, guys. I'm gonna send you guys. Let's go give some love to CV. CV is streaming some Phasmo. Guys, go give some love to her. She's awesome. We love CV.
We love CV.
So, chat, go give CV some love, and I will see you all tomorrow for some Ticket to Ride. Lots of love. Bye.
Bye.